Hey guys, I am on day 55. Miles and I are on Yellow Gap Trail. This is trail 5050. I've been down this in previous, well, at least one previous episode. Wanted to give an update. I did a video yesterday, and I was really still in kind of the reflective phase, and you know, I really didn't have enough time to process my my lab results, so kind of this is a redo. So I mean, just to recap, I started off with the thyroid test, just to see if I had any problems with my thyroid, because I do have a family history. Now that typically affects females more so than males, and it has affected the females in my family, but based on everything that was going on, it was worth checking out. That was negative. And then we decided to check testosterone, because again, that would make sense based on my age, 44 years old. This is the age where testosterone levels start to get low. Mine came back actually above average, so I'm doing pretty good for my age, which was great. Then we wanted to check just kind of all my vitamins and minerals and all that kind of stuff, ferritin levels, do a follow-up on my vitamin D, see if that's coming up at all, because I've been low on vitamin D and supplementing. Ferritin was normal, actually pretty good, kind of in the high side, which is promising. Vitamin D still low. I guess I need to up my supplements on that, or talk to how I can better absorb it. So that's going to be a conversation with my doctor. Let's see. But everything else came out normal. Potassium. You know, he checked my body mass index and said that I'm fine. I mean, you know, normal for my age and height. Just not what I'm used to. So he didn't have really any concerns there, so I probably should stop obsessing about it so much and just, you know, keep everything in moderation. You know, just eat healthy and eat less processed foods. Is kind of the recommendation, because I am a creature of simplicity when it comes to food, and processed foods is so easy to bust out of a package and microwave or cook real quick. So I need to do better at that. That will help a lot. So working on vitamin D and less processed foods, that's what my next step is. Then we checked cortisol levels, which cortisol can be high or low. That's your stress hormone, usually affected by the adrenal gland. We hear about, you know, the adrenal gland, you know, when we're super stressed or overtraining, having a lot of issues. And that can lead to fatigue, you know, poor training. So tested cortisol, that was just fine, no problems there. So kind of left us scratching our head as to what is going on. I suspect that it was just, you know, too much training too soon. You know, between the running I was doing, the amount of time volume I was doing, because again, I believe the body recognizes how much time you're on your feet. So based on time volume, I was just doing too much too soon in an aerobic base phase. So I looked at what I've been doing, and with all the ancillary stuff, running, and then all the strides I was doing, all the treadmill hiking, all the walking with Miles, I was doing quite a bit. So I suspect I just kind of wore myself down. I wasn't sleeping enough. That was another thing. I was getting up super early to get work done, so I wasn't getting enough sleep, and that didn't obviously aid in my recovery. So I think my body was just kind of slowly breaking down until finally it was like to the point where it was, it didn't have anything more to break down. It just was in a fatigued state. So I've refocused on sleep. Last night was the longest I have slept in a very long time. I woke up and my wife said she was so proud of me. I have not slept till 8 a.m. in a long time. I'm usually up pretty early. My body doesn't normally allow me to sleep much past 6:30, 7 o'clock at latest. So got a little extra rest last night. And I can honestly say I am starting to feel better. I'm making a turn for the better. I think this combination of cleaning up my diet, eating healthier, which I know better, but again, for the ease of and time saving, I really do turn to processed foods. I need to get away from that. Sleeping better, and then obviously I need to work on my vitamin D levels, figure out why I'm not absorbing or if I'm not supplementing enough. So yeah, and then training. Obviously, yeah, it's time to take a step back. Kind of, like I said, assessed what I was doing, how much I was doing, and really needed to just take a step back. I took a reset, took some time off. I'm feeling, as I said, better. I think this is going to take a little while to come out of. And in the time being, I'm not going to press. I'm going to have a conversation with my wife this weekend about the reality of going to Black Canyon. Yesterday, part of the reason I didn't release that video is I was pretty much, sure that I was not going to run Black Canyon, and I really just want to have a conversation with my wife. I don't think it's the best idea, and that's why I want to have the conversation, get her input, and talk about, what's going on, how I'm feeling. It's 2 months, 2 months away, a little under 2 months now, and I'm having to pull back. So I don't think that's a great idea in my build for Bigfoot, because Bigfoot is the priority. Really want to run Black Canyon. I really want to go to Arizona, but the reality is I think I'm forcing it, just like I think I've been forcing a lot of races lately when my body is not prepared for them. That kind of started with Old Dominion in June, and then getting in the Hard Rock 4 weeks before. Just feel like I'm forcing so much. The Natural is 50K, Headwaters 30K, like all of these races, they're just feel quite forced, and I don't think I'm doing what's best for my body. Just because I want to race and do these things. So again, I think Black Canyon falls in that category. is I really want to do this race, and I feel like I'm forcing it. I'm forcing the training, forcing my body to do something it's not going to be prepared to do, and I think it's just going to set me back. I'd rather, you know, refocus my training. I just ordered a new Wahoo chest strap. My last one, it broke. The battery, the back where it snaps into the back, that broke. So I ordered the Ticker X. It's got a few more capabilities. It's 80 bucks. I'll put it in the description. So if you want to check it out, I've really enjoyed the Wahoo products. And I shut off my wrist-based heart rate because it's usually just garbage. Now, you know, trail running is not optimal for heart-based training, but here in my base phase, really want to make sure I'm not pushing things too hard. So I'm gonna get back to the habit of wearing, you know, the heart rate strap. And I love this little swimming hole here. So yeah, I'm gonna get back to wearing my heart rate strap and kind of training by heart rate for a bit, just in this base phase. When I get back to some workouts and stuff, I'll also use it for heart rate data. This is so cool. Just wanted to check this out while we're out here. I think this is part of what I've been missing, is just really enjoying where, oh, do you see that? I think there's a fish or something over there. That's a big bubble pop. But yeah, this is really cool. A little swimming hole. I like coming here in the summers. Kids jump in. We can go up right over here. Oh, let's duck this branch. Got Miles. Super cool. Can you get up? Good boy. Can I get up? Good boy. All right, so I love the intonation of my voice right now. Yesterday, I was really monotone and I had no emotion in my voice just because I felt like I was processing a lot. I really feel better about this course of action now that I've slept on it. You know, kind of thought about some things some more, looked at a few you know, training metrics, and if I'm honest, like, Training Peaks, and I think I said this in a previous video, has really noticed, you know, my fatigue has just been, you know, almost astronomical. So there's a few metrics in Training Peaks for those of you that don't use it, and one of them is your fatigue score. You've got fitness, fatigue, and form. Fitness, obviously you just want to see an increase over the course of your training. Fatigue, it will increase, but you want to keep it lower than fitness. You know, obviously training brings on fatigue, but you don't want to have more fatigue than you do fitness, especially for a long time, because that can lead to what I was feeling, just feeling fried. And you know, when I looked at my fatigue score, it was, like I said, it was super high compared to my fitness, and I should have really backed off, but I was trying to do what was on my schedule. Again, I wasn't communicating, you know, with my coach that I was really feeling that fatigue. I think that's something I should mention too. I don't think he was looking at that score. And Patrick doesn't use Training Peaks as deeply as I do. But I think it's a great indicator of how you're doing and, you know, how training's going. So anyhow, yeah, my fatigue score was really high, and I think that was indicative of how I was feeling. And again, I just wasn't listening. So, you know, going forward, I think it'd be wise just to kind of do some aerobic running, just some zone 2, low zone 3 heart rate training for a while. Just get my aerobic base back, let my body recover, make sure I shake out all of this fatigue. And mentally, I really need to to just be able to detach from everything for a while. You know, I go out running and I certainly detach, but I need to, you know, some other times where I can just relax and unwind and relax and enjoy the day, you know, enjoy my kids. So I'm gonna try to do a better job at that. Patrick and I actually talked about that not too long ago, how it was his birthday and he took off, but the next day he was so stressed out because he took the day off and had so much to do. So, you know, we just feel like there's constantly something to do, and as, you know, as Hellbender approaches, believe me, I feel that strain, like, oh man, this needs to get done and this needs to get done. And I'm trying to be better at, you know, delegating, because we have so many people that want to help. Delegating some of these things, but there's just certain things that, you know, I need to do and control, because it's really on me. So, you know, having those things linger. For instance, like, I really want to get the volunteer handbook done, you know, and get that out to my board and, you know, get suggestions just so we can finalize it. You know, a lot of people are signing up for volunteering. I kind of want to get them all on the same page. I've got all these ideas that I want to implement. So it's just, I've got a lot of written notes, and I think, you know, it's just a matter of kind of spacing them out, you know, getting them done. I mean, you know, there's just a lot. You know, life is so busy. You know, I'm a primary care provider for my 2 kids. And my wife's a doctor, so she works morning to night. So the kids are kind of my responsibility, and I love that. I absolutely love it. And then, you know, coaching keeps me super busy with scheduling and checking on my athletes. Running, obviously, is another thing. And then I've, you know, got 2 podcasts, the MR Running Pains podcast and the Hellbender podcast. So recording these daily videos, they take time to edit and get up. So it's a lot, you know, and I was really surprised my cortisol levels weren't high. I was really surprised, and I'm grateful. But, you know, with all that said, you know, I need to find other ways to kind of relax. My daughter and I, we got the old Nintendo 64 working. We've been playing GoldenEye. She's enjoying that. I've been shooting hoops with my son. Went out yesterday for the first time in a while and just played disc golf by myself. I haven't done that in a long time. It was just nice to get out and play. You know, and we went and saw the new Spider-Man last night. It's kind of an annual tradition for us. Their last day of school before winter break, we go see, you know, a good blockbuster movie, and the new Spider-Man did not disappoint. What a great movie. My kids loved it. I mean, you don't have to ask if I loved it. I'm such a Spider-Man and Flash fan. It was fantastic. Awesome movie. So anyway, just trying to live life a little bit better, you know, give myself the grace and allow myself to have some time for myself and my family, rather than constantly worry about things that need to get done, especially now around the holidays. You know, stress levels seem to creep up super high in preparation, making sure you've got, you know, presents and decorated the house, and it's just so much extra stuff right now. But, you know, I really want to make sure that I focus time with my family, share time with them. So I'm gonna do a better job at that. That's one thing I've realized, you know, they're the most important thing. So that video felt a lot better than yesterday's. So thanks for following along. Doing a long run tomorrow. Not long, but a little bit longer than what I've been doing. Looking forward to that. Just a little loop out here in Mills River. So I'll catch up with you guys tomorrow.